Welcome back to the Cozy Arts. I am Cherish. This is crochet class for our ghostie, and last video we made the ghostie, so if you have not made your ghostie, go and watch that and make your ghostie, because now it's time to make our ghosties so cute. So cute. So we are going to be adding the faces, and I'll talk about the different methods of doing that. You see I have two different kinds of eyes. We have our safety eyes, and we've got felt eyes that I sewed on, which I don't know if you can tell, but I never do felt eyes, so these came out a little bit wonky, and rather than fixing it, I decided that I love it. And also embroidering on our little mouths and optional blush. Let's get into it. I have two different ghosties, so let's try two different ways of doing the face. So I've got two 8mm safety eyes. So for these, you can push them through the holes. I'm going to put mine here. So if we flatten this out, we're on the 1, 2, 3, between the third and the fourth round where we're just doing single crochet around. I'll put them about an inch apart. You can adjust them for what you want it to look like. If I'd made the same pattern out of like a neon green, then I would put the eyes down here and I'd make a little brain slug. And maybe I will do that next. But for now, we're making a little ghostie. Let's put the eyes up here. For safety eyes, you want to do that before you sew anything up. And then the safety eyes should come up with the backing. You're going to pop these eyes. And hopefully these fit. Okay, good. Because I wasn't sure if these were the correct backs for these eyes. But just push them through until you hear some pops. So safety eyes are good if this is not going to be around children. Or maybe even pets, because even though they're called safety eyes, they still can come off and be a choking hazard. So if you're going to have these around children's or pets, another option is you could embroider eyes on, which we could do with, I've got some black embroidery thread. I've also got black yarn we could use. Or you could make little eyes out of felt, which is kind of tempting. I think I might actually do that. So I'm going to cut some little felty eyes. The fun of not doing safety eyes is that we can make these different sizes. And I kind of wanted this ghost to be making more of a spooky face. But still a cute one. A cute spooky face. So instead of doing circles, I want to do little, I could even give them like little pixelated eyes. But let's round out the corners. And you can even go further and add some white embroidery to give them little eye shines. So you can really take this as far as you want to take it. Now that I've got junk all over my poor cute little ghostie. Okay. Ooh. Okay. I'm gonna pick my favorite eye and do that again. I think I like this one a little better. So now we have our eyes. And figure out what eye position we like the best. Remember, this is going to be 3D when it's stuffed, so you could even fluff it out while you're planning. So I stuck my hand in it, but you could even just stick in some of that stuffing and then take it out later. So I'm gonna give it a little ooh face. I want this to be like that. Ooh. Now when I've done embroidery sets, they've always wanted you to separate the strings of the embroidery floss. But since we are doing just detail work on our ghostie, we want it to be as thick as possible. So yarn would probably be better, but let's sew our eyeballs down. This would also be a great opportunity to use some glue. I, for health reasons, do not use glue, but it would be a great time saver. You have my permission to use glue if you are able. Not that you need it. This black felt is making my ghostie a little dingy. In the sewing process, this eye got a little bit wonky, so I might just go with that. Make this one a little bit wonky. So instead, I've repositioned my eyes to work with it. Otherwise, yeah, I think I like that. Now for our safety eyes, little ghostie, let's give him a little smile. Okay, so I made this not super tight, so we can still pull it down, see how we like it. So I'm coming up behind the mouth, but I'm putting my needle on the other side of it because we want it to be over here. Then I'm going to do the same thing. See, this was like there, so I'm going to try this one and see how that looks. So it's pretty cute. I might just go over it again to see if I can get it to look like maybe a little smoother as we thicken it out. And I have gotten tangled, so I'm going to just untangle it. Bloop. Yeah, oops, sorry for bumping you. I don't love this yet. I don't think this is as smooth as we can get, so I'm gonna do another wide one. Oh my gosh. Okay, I think that's a winner, but first I want to try and fix this problem. There, now I'm gonna try to tack it down over here. Oh, so cute. And we can do it right there, that's fine. Okay. Now, oh, that's so cute. It's a little disturbing, but that's kind of okay. It's kind of okay for it to have a disturbing little smile, since it is just a little ghosty. And yeah, I think that that's great. I'm just gonna pop this open here so I can tie off. And then I think we really just need a little blush. Now what you can do for blush is you can like rub a little chalk there. I've tried paint marker, but my paint marker is just a little too intense. Or we're gonna just give it a little bit of this pink embroidery floss. Okay. I'm gonna flip it so I can tie these off. don't think I really like this smile anymore. Is that better? Yeah, that's better. Okay, we're gonna go back and we're gonna fix this smile after all. I've changed my mind. Now we've got our cute little ghostie. Now we need to finish her off a little. Alright, I've got a bunch of polyfill stuffing. And then I have this bottom piece that I made that the instructions are in. Oh, that's a long one. The instructions for this are in the description. The pattern for everything that I'm doing today is in the description. But it is basically just the top of the ghostie head. So we don't need to show it to you again because you know how to do this. The question is, do we want to do the arms now or the butt now? Let's do the arms. Now ideally you'll have a tapestry needle with a larger hole here, but I don't know where mine went. So I'm going to shove it through and be grateful that we have fingernails. Oh yeah. And now you can kind of decide where you want your arms to be. Maybe up by the face. If we have it like mouth level, it looks, I don't know why that seems so more boo-like to me. But like, and then a little bit lower. That's also so cute. I think we're gonna be like in line with the top of the mouth. Is gonna be my plan. So now we're gonna just sew this down. You can put a little bit of stuffing in the arms, but you don't really need to if you're using a cotton yarn because it's nice and thick, so it has some structure of its own. And the arms you can do afterwards if you want to stuff it first. That way you have more of an idea of the finished product. If you put the arms on before you add the stuffing, you have the luxury of being able to tie off inside and hide your thread, hide your yarn inside easier. You can and should hide your yarn inside after it's been stuffed, but it's just a bit easier. Did I miss? Oh no. Okay, and see, I made a mistake here where I sewed through part of my hem, which is not good, so we're just going to undo that. That's fine. It means we have to rethread the tapestry needle, but that's fine. It's better than throwing away the whole project. Now, I'm going to tie these together because I might as well. Not too tight because you don't want it to pull awkwardly. And this can also get shoved in there. Now we can stuff it. You don't have to stuff it all the way yet. Ooh, we can stuff it lightly. Now we're going to utilize this back loop row that we have left over from the front loop only row. If you want the ghost to have a really solid body, if you want the ghost to have a really solid bottom, one thing you could do is you could cut a cardboard circle the same size as this bottom circle and stick that in before you finish sewing. But I think because this is pretty small and I'm using cotton yarn and that's pretty thick and sturdy, I don't think it's necessary. But what I will do is, now that I have this almost all sewn up, I will bump the camera, and then I will fill this up a little bit more. I don't want to fill this up too much because it has a nice shape on its own, so I don't want to change the shape of it, but it looks like we can get away with this much stuffing. Just do a sneaky little security stitch on there, and then I can just shove my needle into, oh no, my ghostie. No lie, I did actually lose a needle inside of a little bird that I was working on yesterday because I couldn't find the ankle that it went in at, so it never came out. But that was a smaller needle, and this is a tapestry needle, so they're a little bit easier to do that too. Okay, I can't get a good grip on this, so I'm gonna go grab my pliers. Come to me. Ugh. Oh, I can pull this through, and now squeeze it and pull it, and then snip it close. So we're gonna let go, and the thread is gone. Never happened. And our ghostie is complete. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining me. See you next time. Bye.